Welcome to WWE Hell in a Cell. This is the main event between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins inside the demoniacal, the diabolical, the devilish, the fiendish Hell in a Cell. Hey everybody, welcome to Gameside, or rather at ringside. I'm Adrian Matt here to call this incredible matchup between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. And if there's one thing we know about the Hell in a Cell, it is completely brutal, it is completely devastating. And for both Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, the two are going to feel that brutality as that cell engulfs the ring in just a moment. But right now we see it is the American Nightmare, the prodigal son Cody Rhodes, who makes his return to WWE for the first time in 6 years. See, 2016 was a very critical year for Cody Rhodes. It was the year that he left WWE. It was the year that he left sports entertainment. However, 6 years later, he is finally back to the world that made the legacy of his family live on, including his late great father, the Hall of Famer, Dusty Rhodes. For Cody Rhodes, it is about fulfilling his family destiny, but there's only one obstacle. There is only one man standing right in front of Cody Rhodes. There is one man who is serving as a roadblock to Cody Rhodes and his family, and that is the man that he meets tonight inside Hell in a Cell. It is Seth Rollins. But Cody Rhodes has been waiting for this moment, a highly anticipated matchup between the two. Cody Rhodes has been just wanting to get his hands to finally shut Seth Rollins up inside Hell in a Cell. And we are awaiting the arrival of Cody Rhodes' opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, he's brash, he's cocky, and to put it bluntly, he's a loudmouth, but he considers himself as a visionary, a savior to the entire world. For Seth Rollins, it is all about redemption. Seth Rollins has yet to defeat Cody Rhodes ever since Rhodes returned to WrestleMania earlier this year. And then Cody actually defeated Seth Rollins again at WrestleMania Backlash. So tonight, Seth Rollins is looking to correct that wrong. Losing to Cody Rhodes not once but twice, Rollins has wanted to defeat Cody Rhodes so he can finally shut his detractors out there, so he can finally shut those doubters for Rollins. Well, tonight be the night that Seth Rollins does what most people think can't happen, and that is finally defeating Cody Rhodes. And there you see the smirk, the grin in the face of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has so much confidence building up inside. In fact, over the past couple of weeks, he's been laughing basically at Cody Rhodes, saying that this is going to be much different. This is not going to be the same as WrestleMania and WrestleMania Backlash. No. Tonight, we are meeting inside Hell in a Cell. And for Seth Rollins, he's going to enjoy most of it. This is going to be a brutal matchup between the two superstars who have absolutely disdain for each other. It has grown to be a personal rivalry. It is embroiled to be a personal rivalry. There you see the Hell in a Cell engulfing the ring right now. 2 tons of steel, 20 feet high. And now the matchup is underway. Bell is rung, and here we go. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and right off the blocks, Cody Rhodes with a major clothesline. And Cody Rhodes really taking it to Rollins at this point in time here, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes really is absolutely attacking and adding pressure to Seth Rollins. You know, Seth Rollins has had more experience. In fact, he's competed in 4 Hell in a Cell matches in total. For Cody Rhodes, though, he's only competed in 1, and that was back in 2009. So there's got to be a lot of rust with the lack of Hell in a Cell experience, and Seth Rollins must have the advantage. And now Rollins realizing that there's no disqualification. But there you see Cody Rhodes, though, using the bat, the same bat that Rollins introduced in the matchup against Rollins at the moment. As the proverbial expression goes, be careful what you bring, it may be used against you. Cody Rhodes now looking for a weapon of the moment. And it's a kendo stick here. Remember, anything goes. The rules are simple. The pinfall and submission must take place inside the ring, but there are no disqualifications. There's no countouts. Anything goes inside the very devilish Hell in a Cell here. You know, we talked about the experience. Seth Rollins truly has the edge in this matchup, considering the fact that he's faced inside Hell in a Cell 4 times. Over Cody Rhodes, by the way. Cody Rhodes was just launched knee first into the steel steps. You know, this all began after Cody Rhodes defeated Seth Rollins at WrestleMania and WrestleMania Backlash. Rhodes was actually granted the United States Championship match, and it was none other than Seth Rollins that cost Cody Rhodes that said United States Championship match. So you got to believe that Cody Rhodes must be absolutely annoyed, must be angered that Cody Rhodes was cost the title. As you can see now, Seth Rollins now having his own way against Cody Rhodes at the moment. These two have been festering over the past couple of weeks with so many different emotions, so much anger boiling up inside, and it finally gets to erupt inside Hell in a Cell. Remember what Cody Rhodes said? Cody Rhodes said that he was always been a fan of Seth Rollins, admitted that Seth Rollins has this special ingredients. However, the fact that Cody Rhodes has defeated Rollins not once but twice, it has led to Seth Rollins going mad. That's what Cody Rhodes said, as you can see Rollins with the baseball bat off the skull and now using it with full leverage. But here comes Rhodes once again, using his body at the moment to knock out Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is down. Cody Rhodes now trying to fight back into this matchup. Here comes Rollins, though, with a great streak of shots. And Rhodes responds back with a right of his own and knocks down Rollins yet again. The prodigal son, Cody Rhodes, again looking to fulfill his destiny. But he has to defeat Seth Rollins here tonight if he wants to continue that legacy. He has to make sure he puts away Seth Rollins once and for all. Otherwise, Rollins will have the last laugh, and it will discredit Cody Rhodes, that's for sure. As Rhodes now applying the clubbing blows right into the back, and there's the backstabber now. Seth Rollins at the early going to this matchup, obviously facing the ruthlessness, the relentlessness of Cody Rhodes at the moment. There's the baseball bat. Look at this. Cody Rhodes ripped first onto the baseball bat at the moment. Cody Rhodes seems to be in control, and there he sees Seth Rollins rolling out of the way. Nobody home there. Rhodes went rip first into the baseball bat. Now whipping Rhodes up and over the top outside of the ring. And again, this matchup can go anywhere. This matchup, again, is hell in a cell. Anything goes. There is so much destruction, so much devastation, and anything can happen at the moment. You know, Cody Rhodes right now, who's fighting back, believes that Seth Rollins is an egomaniac, saying, quote, jealousy leads men to desperate measures. And look at this, the face of the Hell in a Cell. One of the parts of the Hell in a Cell literally collapsing there. Rollins went face first, and Cody Rhodes here is looking to do the impossible. Are you kidding me? Both Rollins and Cody Rhodes are actually climbing up the Hell in a Cell. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are climbing up the cell right now, and they're both going to meet at the top. And look at Rollins. Rollins trying to stick it to Rhodes, and Rhodes with a knockdown. Now, Seth Rollins, on the other hand, has made no bones about it. He flat out said, I don't like Seth Rollins, admitted that he couldn't stand how the support of Cody Rhodes was growing stronger and stronger. It has created a jealous man. Seth Rollins has become a lot more angry over the fact that Cody Rhodes has been getting support left and right. Rollins wants that support. Rollins wants that respect. Cody Rhodes, now look at this. What the hell is he doing? Cody Rhodes having a hold of Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins drew the top of the cell. You gotta be kidding me. Cody Rhodes absolutely in control. Seth Rollins falling from the top to the ground below, and Cody Rhodes now measuring Seth Rollins here, and Rollins doesn't know where he's at after that huge fall, and Rollins though still fighting back in it. Seth Rollins beginning to battle back into this matchup, and Cody Rhodes now with the right hands in the middle of the ring. These two really battling back and forth, but how the heck did Seth Rollins get back in this matchup after that huge fall from the top of the cell to the ground below? That's 20 feet high. Suplex right there, back into the bat yet again. Using that bat that's completely legal off the skull that echoed through the arena, but Rhodes, though, has other plans in mind. Cody Rhodes now could be absolutely lethal with that baseball bat. We've seen it in the past, how Cody Rhodes can indeed be absolutely brutal in matches like these. And Rollins now face first goes Cody Rhodes off the top of the turnbuckle. You know, Seth Rollins said that the reason why Cody Rhodes left the WWE was because he was never good enough, which I do disagree. Cody Rhodes was a tremendous athlete through the years here in WWE. Cody Rhodes was one of the best, and he returned to, as I stated, to fulfill his family legacy. Whipping Seth Rollins right into the corner. Rollins now collapsing there, face first off the canvas, and Cody Rhodes missing through from the second rope right into there. But I gotta tell you, there is so much writing and there is so much on the line in this matchup. Again, for Seth Rollins, it is about redeeming himself after losing to Cody Rhodes not once but twice. But for Cody Rhodes, it is all about his family legacy, trying to impress, trying to continue his incredible legacy that he has built to restore the family name of the Rhodes family. And what does Cody Rhodes have in mind here? Cody Rhodes applying the steel chair, and Rhodes now back in control of the jawbreaker there. This matchup, again, can go anywhere at the moment. We saw that moments ago, the two meeting at the top of the Hell in a Cell and breaking the roof of it. And now Rollins, look at this, great reversal, kick to the midsection here. Cody Rhodes in trouble, but there's Cody Rhodes with a right of his own, right into the midsection, knocks down Rhodes. I should say knocks down Rollins yet again. And now Cody Rhodes is beginning to feel it, beginning to sense it. And that's what Cody Rhodes needs to do throughout the matchup. He's got to keep Seth Rollins grounded. We know Seth Rollins is a huge high flyer there. If you're able to keep and ground Seth Rollins, it will actually, it will actually destroy the repertoire of Rollins. As you can see, Rollins trying to fight back into this match, and indeed does so. Face first off the steel chair there, and picks up the bat quickly as possible. Again, Seth Rollins has said it in a number of different occasions. He has so much disdain for Cody Rhodes, believes that Cody Rhodes has no business returning to the WWE, believing that Cody Rhodes failed here in this company, which I do disagree. Cody Rhodes had a tremendous amount of success, but Cody Rhodes did leave the WWE, reinvented himself, and returned better than ever. And I guess these two are going to be meeting up at the top of the Hell in a Cell yet again. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins now at the top of the cell. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if Seth Rollins falls yet again, he cannot afford to fall after that humongous fall we saw earlier on. As Rhodes now is in trouble, it's Seth Rollins picking up Rhodes and delivering the knee right into the ribs, but it's now with a kick up from Cody Rhodes here. Cody Rhodes having a hold of Seth Rollins and throws the entire carcass of Seth Rollins right at the edge of the Hell in a Cell. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you, we talked about how brutal this is gonna be, and indeed it is. It has been absolutely brutal since the get-go of this matchup. Cody Rhodes and Rollins really battling back and forth like a game of checkers, and you gotta watch out here. Rollins was so close and falling yet again. But Rhodes, though, with a clubbing blow right into the back of the neck of Rollins. Rollins right now doesn't know what hit him. He has no idea where he's at. Cody Rhodes has been absolutely decimating, at least at this juncture of the matchup, against Seth Rollins. This is something that Rollins did not expect. This is something that Rollins did not want. For Cody Rhodes to be in complete control, to dictate the pace. And here comes Rollins, though. Watch out. Rollins actually almost falling there. Did you see that? Rollins was wobbling, and it's almost as if his knees were buckling at that point in time. But Rhodes, though, continues the destruction and really continues his fast-paced tendencies with the right of his own and continues the attack. And there you see Crossroads from the top of the cell. Seth Rollins right now has been absolutely stunned. Seth Rollins cannot do anything over the next couple of seconds. It's thrown yet again to the edge of the cell. Cody Rhodes has one goal in mind. To make sure, oh, wait a minute, there's a kick to the midsection here. Seth Rollins, he's buckling yet again here, folks. Seth Rollins from the top of the cell to the ground below, yet again falling. Seth Rollins falling from the top to the ground below. You saw how Seth Rollins was literally wobbling. It's almost as if he was actually dizzying, so to speak. And he fell from the top to the ground below. And that was a 25 feet. That was a 25 feet drop. Rhodes has been absolutely dominating at this portion of the matchup, and Rollins has been battered and bruised at this moment. And the question is, can Seth Rollins truly get himself back into this match? As Rhodes makes it back inside the ring here. Here comes Seth Rollins, though. Cody Rhodes looking to apply more weapons, and what is he going to introduce? Anything goes. Anything is legal. He's introducing the table at the moment, but Rollins looking to thwart the plans of Rhodes, looking to turn the tables, throws Rhodes back inside of the ring. Rhodes quickly back up, though, and there's a right hand, but and what does he have in mind here? Seth Rollins now off the ropes. Look at this. The curb stomp. The curb stomp. Cody Rhodes went face first off the table after the curb stomp. This is it. Here's the cover, hook of the leg, and a kick at just that one. The curb stomp, thought it was going to be over for Seth Rollins, but it was not to be. Cody Rhodes kicked out. Can you believe that? He kicked out of the curb stomp right into there. Seth Rollins with the bat yet again, but it looks like Cody Rhodes going to turn the tables right into there, using the bat as a weapon, and a shot to the midsection right into the spine area. Cody Rhodes has been absolutely having his own way against Seth Rollins, and you know what? That curb stomp could have been the last-ditch effort for Seth Rollins to truly gain control of this matchup, to be in the driver's seat. Cody Rhodes picking up the table right now. Can only imagine the bad intentions into the mind Cody Rhodes has for Seth Rollins, as Rollins is knocked down yet again. Cody Rhodes having a hold of Rollins at this point. Remember, the table has been set up, and now look at this. Cody Rhodes, innovative maneuver, but instead it's Rollins with a great reversal. Seth Rollins able to plant Cody Rhodes into the ground below, and you got to watch out because it looks like Seth Rollins may have some evil intentions in his mind. How ironic, Cody Rhodes was the one that planted the table, but it's going to be Seth Rollins planting Cody Rhodes through the table right now. Cody Rhodes going through the table implodes, and now Rollins in deep control of this matchup, throws Cody Rhodes up and over the top rope yet again outside of the ring. Seth Rollins, again, he visions himself as the savior of the WWE, believes that he'll be doing everyone a favor by dusting off Cody Rhodes, by putting Cody Rhodes out to pasture, so to speak. That's his main goal inside Hell in a Cell, to redeem himself after losing to Cody Rhodes not once but twice. Imagine the humiliation Seth Rollins went through by losing to Cody Rhodes twice. And imagine the added humiliation and embarrassment if he's able to lose to Cody Rhodes here tonight yet again. And Rhodes trying to dig down deep inside, trying to get himself back into this match. Rhodes now with a right of his own. Seth Rollins now has been paralyzed. There's the Crossroads. Crossroads has been connected there. Here's the cover, but instead it's Rollins, though, with a shot to the side of the face. So how Seth Rollins was actually stunned there. You can hear the WWE fans of the WWE Universe in the background wanting more of this. There's a club-like blow yet again. Cody Rhodes may be out. Lights out for Cody Rhodes. Here's the cover, shoulders down, and a kick out at 2. Rhodes back up to his feet and knocks Rollins quickly up and over the top again. Rollins, and there's Cody Rhodes, but this time Rollins moved out of the way. You saw the elevation. Cody Rhodes was going airborne at that point, but Rollins moved out of the way and now has a hold of Cody Rhodes, and Rhodes now stumbling yet again. I believe he went face first off the steel post there, but Rollins trying to get himself into this match, but instead it's Rhodes with the fierce right hands inside the Hell in a Cell. This is what the Hell in a Cell is all about. It is so brutal. Again, we talked about the devastation inside the Hell in a Cell as Rhodes now has planted Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins successfully. It is completely inferno in there. Cody Rhodes having a hold of Seth Rollins yet again. Look at this, into the back of Rhodes, and plants Rollins in the middle of the ring yet again, folks. Cody Rhodes is setting it up. Cody Rhodes is looking to finally end this one, delivering a plethora of different elbows. Cody Rhodes has Seth Rollins planted. Cody Rhodes now wanting and asking for Seth Rollins to make it up to his feet. And now Rollins is indeed up to his feet to deliver for the final time, perhaps, the Crossroads. Seth Rollins' end may be here. And indeed it was Hell in a Cell for Rollins. Here's the cover. Cody Rhodes officially dusts off Rollins for their third and perhaps final encounter. Cody Rhodes can celebrate here tonight. He's finally put away Seth Rollins, who has been a demon for Cody Rhodes over the past couple of months. Well, tonight that demon has been slayed, and it looks like Cody Rhodes' family legacy will continue to indeed grow here in WWE.